Take a breath with me right now and feel the quiet pulse of something ancient moving through you. There is an intelligence beating your heart, circulating your blood, growing your hair, and guiding the rhythm of your breath without your effort. That same intelligence orchestrates galaxies, turns winter into spring, and moves the tides with the whisper of the moon. And it is not separate from you. It is you. The universe did not send you here by accident, and it did not send you to this very moment by coincidence. You are here because something within you has been calling, asking, intending, and now the answer is arriving. You have been wondering if your manifestation is real, if the desire in your heart is heard, if the silent prayers you speak into the darkness are reaching anything beyond the ceiling. I am here to remind you that there is no beyond. The creative force of the universe does not sit outside of you, judging your worthiness or measuring your effort. It flows as you. When you intend from your highest self, when you align with love instead of fear, when you release the desperate grasp of the ego and rest in the quiet certainty of your soul, you activate a law that has never failed. What you are in harmony with must come into form. The ego will whisper that you are behind, that others are ahead, that you have missed your chance. The ego thrives on comparison. It survives on scarcity. It measures, calculates, competes. It tells you that manifestation is about forcing, striving, proving. But the soul knows something entirely different. The soul understands that you do not attract what you chase. You attract what you embody. You do not manifest through tension. You manifest through alignment. You do not receive through fear. You receive through trust. Imagine an orange in your hand. When you squeeze it, what comes out? Orange juice, not apple juice, not bitterness, only what was already inside. Life works the same way. When you are squeezed by circumstances, when you are pressed by uncertainty, what flows from you reveals what you have been holding within. If resentment comes out, then resentment was within. If faith comes out, then faith was within. Manifestation is not about asking the universe to give you something you lack. It is about cultivating within yourself the vibration of what you desire so fully that when life squeezes you, abundance pours out. The universe sent you this message because you have been shifting. You may not have noticed it in dramatic fireworks or thunderous revelations. Often the deepest transformations are silent. They happen in the moments when you choose not to react, when you choose forgiveness over resentment, when you choose to believe in possibility even after disappointment, when you choose to say, I am enough, instead of I need to become more. These quiet decisions are not small, they are cosmic. You are not your bank account. You are not your relationship status. You are not your past mistakes or your current struggles. You are a spiritual being having a temporary human experience, and the spirit that animates you is limitless. The ego wants identity. It wants labels. It wants to say, this is who I am and this is what I deserve. But your higher self whispers, I am infinite. I am connected to all that is. I am a creator. And when you speak those words, I am, you are speaking the same language as the universe itself. There is a reason ancient wisdom traditions teach that the words I am are sacred. Whatever follows them begins to shape your reality. If you say, I am unlucky, you align with lack. If you say, I am struggling, you align with struggle. But when you declare, I am abundant, I am guided, I am worthy of miracles, you are not engaging in fantasy. You are tuning your internal instrument to the frequency of creation. The universe responds not to your begging, but to your being. Think of the ocean. On the surface, there are waves crashing, turbulent, unpredictable. That is the realm of the ego, the surface-level drama of circumstances. But beneath the waves, deep in the ocean, there is calm, stillness, immensity. That is your true self. When you identify only with the waves, you are tossed by every opinion, every delay, every perceived rejection. But when you sink into the depth of your being, you discover a serenity that cannot be disturbed. Manifestation happens from the depths, not from the surface. Perhaps you have been asking for a sign. Perhaps you have been saying, show me that it's coming. Show me that I'm on the right path. And here you are, listening to words that resonate not because they are new, but because they are familiar. Your soul recognizes truth the way a seed recognizes sunlight. There is a warmth in you right now, a subtle remembering. That is not accidental, that is confirmation. You see, manifestation is not about manipulating external events. It is about dissolving internal resistance. Every time you doubt your worthiness, you create friction. Every time you cling to how and when, you tighten the flow. The universe does not need your instructions. It needs your alignment. It needs you to become so rooted in trust that you no longer question whether what you desire is possible. You simply know the sky does not struggle to hold the clouds. It allows them to pass. In the same way, you must allow doubts to pass without building a home for them. You must allow fear to arise without identifying with it. You are not the passing thoughts. You are the vast awareness in which they appear. When you shift your identity from the voice in your head to the consciousness observing that voice, everything changes. You move from reaction to creation. The ego says, I will believe it when I see it. The soul says, I will see it when I believe it. This is the great reversal. It is not blind optimism, it is spiritual law. When you plant a seed in the soil, you do not dig it up every day to check its progress. You trust the unseen processes beneath the surface. You water it, you nourish it, you allow time. Manifestation works the same way. Your intention is the seed, your faith is the water. Your gratitude is the sunlight, and the unseen intelligence of the universe does the rest. Gratitude is not something you practice after the blessing arrives. It is the magnet that draws the blessing toward you. When you wake up and say thank you for what is already on its way, you send a signal that you expect goodness. Expectation is powerful, not anxious expectation, but serene knowing. A quiet confidence that what you have asked for is already forming in ways you cannot yet see. You may wonder why it has not appeared yet, but consider this. Perhaps what you are becoming is more important than what you are receiving. The delay is not punishment, it is preparation. Holding, the universe is not withholding, it is aligning. It is shaping circumstances, shifting energies, orchestrating connections that your limited perspective cannot yet comprehend. If you could see the entire tapestry, you would not question the thread you are currently holding. There are no accidents. Every encounter, every challenge, every detour is part of the unfolding. Even the disappointments have served you. They have refined your desire. They have clarified what truly matters. They have stripped away illusions and forced you inward, and it is inward that the true treasure lies. The world teaches you to look outward for validation, approval, proof, but your soul invites you to look within for confirmation. Ask yourself gently, who would I be if I truly believed my manifestation was guaranteed? How would I walk? How would I speak? How would I treat myself? Would I rush? Would I compare? Or would I move with grace, knowing that what is mine cannot be taken and what is meant for me cannot miss me? Begin to live as that version of yourself now. Not arrogantly, not desperately, but calmly, authentically. You are not separate from the creative force you are appealing to. You are an individualized expression of it. Just as a wave is not separate from the ocean, you are not separate from the source. When the wave forgets its connection to the ocean, it fears crashing. It fears disappearing. But when it remembers that it is water, it understands that no form can destroy its essence. In the same way, when you remember that you are divine energy in human form, you stop fearing lack. You stop fearing rejection. You stop fearing time. Time is an illusion of the ego. The soul lives in the eternal now. Your manifestation exists in the field of potential right now. It is not traveling toward you from some distant future. It is aligning with your present vibration. The more you anchor yourself in peace, in love, in appreciation, the more you collapse the illusion of distance between you and your desire. Let go of the story that you must struggle to earn good things. Let go of the belief that joy must be justified. The universe is abundant beyond measure. Look at the stars scattered across the night sky, countless and radiant. Does the sky ration them? Does the sun charge a fee for its light? Abundance is the nature of existence. Scarcity is a learned perception, and you have the power to unlearn it. When you release resentment, you free enormous creative energy. When you forgive, you break the chains that tether you to the past. There are no justified resentments because resentment is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to suffer. Forgiveness is not about condoning behavior. It is about reclaiming your power. It is about saying, I refuse to let this memory dictate my vibration. And when your vibration rises, your manifestations accelerate. Do not chase. Do not beg. Do not force. Become. Become the person who feels worthy. Become the person who trusts the process. Become the person who celebrates others' success without comparison. Competition belongs to the ego. Creation belongs to the soul. There is no one to compete with because no one else carries your exact frequency, your exact expression of the divine. You are here on purpose. There is something you are meant to express, to create, to experience. Your desires are not random. They are clues. They are whispers from your higher self, guiding you toward expansion. When you feel a deep longing, it is not there to torment you. It is there to awaken you. It is saying there is more for you. There is more through you. Trust that what you are seeking is also seeking you. Trust that every step you take in alignment, no matter how small, is reshaping your reality. Speak kindly to yourself. Affirm your truth. Say, I am guided. I am supported. I am open to miracles. Not as empty phrases, but as declarations of identity. The universe sent you this message as a mirror, not to give you something new, but to remind you of what you already know. You feel it now, don't you? A subtle shift, a softening, a remembering. That is the confirmation you were asking for. Your manifestation is not a distant dream. It is a reflection of your inner state. And as you continue to choose love over fear, trust over doubt, presence over worry, you will watch your external world rearrange itself in harmony with your internal transformation. Stay patient, stay aligned, stay awake. The seed has been planted, the soil is fertile, the sun is shining, and the intelligence that turns acorns into oak trees is the same intelligence guiding your life. You do not need to control it. You only need to cooperate with it. You are not waiting for your life to begin. It is unfolding now. You are not becoming worthy. You are worthy now. You are not separate from the miracle. You are the miracle. And as you walk forward from this moment, carry this knowing gently but firmly within you. What you have asked for is already aligning. The universe has heard you because the universe is you. And as you continue walking this sacred path of remembering, something subtle begins to change within you. It is not loud. It is not dramatic. It is a quiet rearranging of your inner architecture. The walls built from doubt begin to soften. The ceilings constructed from limitation begin to lift. You start to notice that the weight you once carried so tightly in your chest is no longer as heavy. This is the evidence of alignment. This is the gentle unfolding of your higher awareness. You begin to understand that manifestation is less about acquiring and more about allowing. It is not about reaching outward with grasping hands. It is about opening inward with a receptive heart. When you are in a state of allowing, you are no longer negotiating with life. You are no longer saying, I will be happy when. You are declaring, I choose to be fulfilled now. And from that fulfillment, experiences begin to organize themselves around you in astonishing ways. The mind that has been conditioned by fear will attempt to pull you back into old patterns. It will ask, what if it doesn't happen? What if I am disappointed again? But notice that these questions arise from a place that assumes separation. They assume that you are a solitary figure trying to convince an indifferent universe to respond. Yet there is no separation. The same invisible intelligence that causes a flower to bloom at precisely the right moment is guiding the unfolding of your life. Consider how a flower does not force its petals open. It does not strain against the soil in panic. It responds to light. It responds to warmth. It responds to nourishment. And when the conditions are harmonious, it blossoms naturally. In the same way, your life opens in response to the inner light you cultivate. When your thoughts are illuminated by trust, when your emotions are warmed by appreciation, when your actions are rooted in love, your reality blossoms without strain. You are learning to trust this rhythm. You are learning that the pauses are not emptiness, but incubation. Silence is not absence, it is gestation. There are movements happening in dimensions you cannot see, conversations forming, opportunities aligning, hearts softening, pathways clearing. The unseen does not mean the inactive. It means that the orchestration is beyond the narrow lens of your immediate perception. And so, instead of demanding proof, you practice presence. Presence is the gateway to power. When you are fully here, fully aware of this breath, this heartbeat, this moment, you dissolve the anxiety that lives in imagined futures. You release the regret anchored in faded memories. You step into the only place where creation actually occurs, now. The ego thrives on postponement. It tells you fulfillment is somewhere ahead, just beyond the next achievement. But the soul recognizes that the essence of what you seek is already available in this instant. If you desire love, become loving. If you desire abundance, cultivate generosity. If you desire peace, choose forgiveness. By embodying the qualities you long to receive, you harmonize with their frequency. And harmony is magnetic. There is a profound humility that arises when you realize you are both the sculptor and the clay. You are shaping your life through your inner state, and at the same time, life is shaping you through its experiences. This mutual dance is sacred. Nothing is wasted. Even your missteps have served as teachers. Even your detours have redirected you toward greater authenticity. You may begin to feel a sense of detachment, not indifference, but freedom. A freedom from the compulsion to control outcomes. A freedom from the need to explain yourself to those who do not understand your vision. A freedom from measuring your progress against someone else's timeline. This detachment is not coldness, it is clarity. It is the recognition that your worth is inherent and not dependent on external validation. As you stand in this clarity, your energy shifts. And energy speaks louder than words. People will feel something different in your presence. Opportunities will feel drawn to your steadiness. Circumstances that once seemed rigid will begin to soften. This is not magic in the theatrical sense. It is resonance. You are tuning yourself to a frequency that supports expansion rather than contraction. There is also a deep compassion that awakens within you. When you release the illusion of scarcity, you no longer see others as obstacles or competitors. You see them as fellow travelers, each navigating their own lessons. You begin to celebrate their successes, knowing that the universe is not a limited pie to be divided, but an infinite field of potential. When someone else rises, it does not diminish you. It confirms what is possible. And perhaps most beautifully, you start to feel guided, not in a way that removes your responsibility, but in a way that reassures you that you are not navigating alone. There are intuitive nudges, subtle impulses, sudden insights that seem to arise from nowhere. These are not random. They are whispers from the deeper intelligence within you. When you follow them with trust, doors open that logic alone could never have predicted. Let your life become a dialogue between intention and surrender. Set your vision clearly, feel it, believe it, and then release your grip on the form it must take. Sometimes what arrives will look different from what you imagined, yet it will carry the essence of your desire in a more refined way. The soul is interested in growth, not mere gratification. It will guide you toward experiences that expand your awareness, even if they stretch you first. Stretching is not a sign of misalignment. It is often the signal that you are stepping into a larger version of yourself. Do not shrink to remain comfortable. Expansion can feel unfamiliar, but unfamiliar does not mean unsafe. It means new. And new is the birthplace of transformation. As you continue this inner evolution, remember that patience is an act of faith. It is the calm assurance that the timing of your life is precise. Nothing is late, nothing is early. The seasons do not rush. The dawn does not apologize for arriving gradually. Trust the pace of your unfolding. There will be moments when old fears attempt to resurface. When they do, greet them gently. Do not fight them. Do not judge yourself for experiencing them. Simply observe them as passing clouds in the vast sky of your awareness. You are the sky, not the clouds. The sky remains untouched by the storms that move through it. This realization brings immense freedom. You no longer define yourself by transient emotions or temporary circumstances. You recognize that beneath every fluctuation lies an unchanging essence. That essence is whole. That essence is powerful. That essence is deeply connected to the source of all creation. And from this place of remembrance, your manifestations begin to feel less like goals and more like natural extensions of who you are becoming. You are not chasing a future. You are revealing a truth. You are allowing the invisible blueprint of your highest self to take tangible form. Let your heart remain open. Let your mind remain receptive. Let your spirit remain anchored in love. Continue choosing thoughts that uplift, actions that align, words that heal. Every choice is a brushstroke on the canvas of your experience. The confirmation you sought is not a flashing sign in the sky. It is this steady knowing rising within you. It is this calm certainty that you are supported, guided, and capable of co-creating a life that reflects your deepest values. Trust that knowing. Nourish it. Live from it. And as you move forward from here, carry yourself as one who understands their divine inheritance. Walk gently, but confidently. Speak truthfully, but compassionately. Dream boldly, but peacefully. For you are not separate from the power that spins galaxies into motion. You are an expression of it. And as you continue to align with that truth, you will witness realities unfold that once felt impossible, now revealed as inevitable. And in this inevitability, something within you relaxes completely. Not because you have all the answers, but because you no longer need them. There is a sacred maturity in that surrender. A recognition that the mind does not have to map every mile of the journey for the soul to arrive exactly where it is meant to be. You begin to feel carried not in passivity, but in partnership with a force that has always been guiding you. You sense it in the quiet moments when the world is still and your breath becomes your only companion. There is a presence there, a loving awareness that asks nothing of you except authenticity. It does not demand perfection. It does not keep score. It simply invites you to remember who you are beyond the roles, beyond the expectations, beyond the stories you have outgrown. You are not here to prove your value. You are here to express it. The old identity, the one built on approval and achievement, begins to dissolve like mist in the morning sun. And what remains is simpler, truer, more luminous. You begin to move through your days less as a seeker and more as a vessel for kindness, a vessel for clarity, a vessel for the creative energy that longs to move through you in unique and beautiful ways. Notice how different life feels when you are no longer trying to extract something from it, when you are no longer bargaining with existence. Instead, you become curious, you become receptive. You ask not, what can I get, but what can flow through me today? This subtle shift transforms everything, because the moment you stop grasping, you start receiving. There is a rhythm to divine timing that cannot be rushed. Just as the tide knows when to rise and when to retreat, your life has its own sacred cadence. When something pauses, it is not punishment. It is recalibration. When something falls away, it is not loss. It is refinement. The universe is not subtracting from you. It is clearing space for what resonates more deeply with your expanded self. And you have expanded. Even now, as these words settle into you, there is growth taking place. The awareness that you are both human and infinite at once is not an abstract idea. It is an awakening. You begin to treat yourself with more tenderness. You begin to speak to yourself with more reverence. You begin to recognize that the divine is not distant. It is expressed in your laughter, in your compassion, in your courage to keep believing. You will still encounter contrast. You will still navigate challenges, but they no longer define you. They refine you. They are not obstacles in your path. They are stepping stones in your evolution. Each experience invites you to respond from your higher nature rather than react from old conditioning. And each time you choose consciously, you strengthen the bridge between intention and manifestation. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast horizon. The sky stretches endlessly before you. The colors shift with subtle brilliance. And you realize that there are no walls, no ceilings, only openness. That horizon is not outside you. It is within you. It is the limitless field of possibility that has always existed beneath the surface of your doubts. You were never meant to live confined by fear. Fear is a teacher, yes, but not a master. It arises to point you toward greater awareness, not to imprison you. When you meet fear with understanding instead of resistance, it loses its grip. It dissolves into insight. And what remains is courage, not the absence of uncertainty, but the willingness to move forward with faith. Faith is not blind belief. It is inner knowing. It is the calm conviction that there is an order unfolding, even when you cannot yet see its design. It is trusting that the same intelligence that beats your heart is guiding your desires toward fulfillment in ways that honor your highest good. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked by some distant force deciding who is worthy of blessings. You are woven into the very fabric of creation. Your existence is evidence of intention. Your dreams are extensions of that intention-seeking expression through you. So walk gently into your becoming. Release the urge to rush. Let gratitude become your default posture, not because everything is perfect, but because everything is purposeful. Every breath is a gift. Every connection is sacred. Every moment carries the potential for awakening. Allow your life to be a demonstration of inner alignment. Let your calm presence become the confirmation others seek. Let your compassion become a reminder that love is the highest frequency available to us. And as you continue choosing thoughts that uplift and actions that harmonize with your true nature, you will notice that what once felt distant now feels natural. What once felt like a dream now feels like destiny. There is no dramatic finish to this unfolding, no final trumpet announcing your arrival. Instead, there is a steady deepening, a quiet radiance, a sense that you are exactly where you need to be, becoming exactly who you were meant to become. And as you close this moment, carry with you this simple, unshakable truth. You are aligned with a power that is immeasurable. You are guided by a wisdom that is timeless. You are sustained by a love that is unconditional. The confirmation you were waiting for was never outside you. It is this resonance in your heart, this stillness in your breath, this clarity in your awareness. Trust it, live from it, and watch with serene confidence as the life you have been envisioning unfolds not as a distant miracle, but as the most natural expression of who you have always been.